My question was also about coal mines. So I'm certainly to hear more about this process you're talking about, but I guess I'll be more, again, more forward. Maybe the police officer in me was asked the more forward question. But the questions that I'm getting from constituents is that you have sold the parks, or you've sold land, and that there is coal exploration, that there is mining that has been permitted and occurred under your watch, and that there's some sort of development of coal that has been going on, approved by you. And I'd like to hear what you have to say about that. Thank you.
Well, first, to be clear, there's been no new coal mine that I'm aware of that came in underneath my time as environment minister. That aside, though, it's irrelevant because I'm not the one who decides whether or not there's a coal mine, period. Full stop. That's not the role of the Minister of Environment or the Department of Environment. As I said, we are responsible for making sure that regulations remain in place, but ultimately the Alberta Energy Regulator and the federal regulator, and most of the coal conversations that I'm aware of that are taking place inside this province involve both the federal regulator and the provincial regulator, and they ultimately go through that process that's been laid out. But the Department of Environment does not approve coal mines, and that's categorically false. And it's kind of again, it's a shame that certain people have decided to confuse people by spreading that myth. And I think it's caused undue fear for people thinking that some of the special places in our province are about to have a whole bunch of coal mines built on it. Now, there are companies that are exploring opportunities when it comes to metallurgical coal inside our province. We are a free enterprise province, and they, of course, have the right and the opportunity to be able to go look and see if they can develop a mine in an environmentally friendly way that follows our regulations and landscapes that they're allowed to do it. But they would have to get through what is a very significant regulatory process that involves Indigenous consultation and involves open public consultation, and ultimately goes through the regulatory process. And that's what you see taking place down south. So I think some people have confused what has been taking place right now, because there is an application working through the regulatory process. You can tell the process is working because people are aware of it and they're making it open to the public to be able to contribute. That process started long before this government was a government. In fact, it was taking place underneath the NDP. That doesn't mean that the NDP approved the coal mine. That means that's when they started to explore it. I will point out there's also a First Nation community that's involved down there, the Pekani. I've been down there and visited. This is a significant opportunity for their community. I don't know the details of the regulatory process. It's not our role. We'll be watching it and we'll see how it goes. But again, to stress, they cannot just go and unilaterally make a coal mine. They'd have to go through the regulatory process. They'd have to meet all of the environmental rules, which are significant. And just because a company is exploring that opportunity does not mean that they're going to receive the permit.